So it's 3:10 p.m. September 24th. So a piece of this. Here's some more weird background information I've been told over 5 years and 7 months. So a piece of this, I was like selected for something in 2009 or 2011 or something, and I just never knew. And there were all these kids in Dallas pretending my life was theirs, and they were stealing money and stealing opportunities and getting trained doing something. And this was while I was in med school in Grenada, a Caribbean island. And I was just oblivious to all this, just living, going to med school. In the meantime, there were people getting trained and learning weird shit and learning hacking and learning technology and all sorts of jazz that I wasn't even aware of. Then I moved to New York, and then they're also gambling too. Then I moved to New York and was going to med school in Brooklyn. And then there was some game that revolved around my life, and it was some Illuminati or something. And maybe they claimed some chart kid was me, or he was pretending my data was his, or he pulled some switch or something. I'm not sure. And then I just kept going to school, didn't still oblivious, and then eventually I got kicked out of med school because they manipulated some graduation bet late 2016 when I worked at Brooklyn Methodist. But there's some element of this implantation jazz, and it was under my name, and it was supposedly mine. What's some? I didn't create it. I don't know where it came from. I've never seen the game. I was just told. I've been told various things. It was left in an Illuminati will. It was won in a bet. It was a frame. It was stolen in a frame. I'm not sure what really happened. I've heard different competing stories. It was for me because I read an article and it spawned an idea, or it was for some take over the world bet or experiment. No clue. But I've heard different stories. Those are some of the different ones I've heard over 5 years and 7 months. I just said this out loud in my room. But I would look into when this implantation jazz, where it appeared on the scene and when it appeared under my name or this chart kid's name who was pretending my name was his or whatever was going on or pretending my data was his. I would look into when they put that there, as that could have been for a frame. And they had probably been doing something with this implantation jazz before they put it under my name and then tried to frame me for whatever they were doing with this implantation jazz that I'm a victim of. And maybe they're like, they were doing something illegal with it and then put it under my name and pretended like it was a gift and I created something, but they're really trying to create an association of this implantation jazz with me to avoid getting in trouble for something they were doing previously. So look at the time period this implantation jazz appeared on the scene in some computer game or world or this Illuminati jazz, and then see where key suspects were around the world whenever this appeared under my name, as it could have been a frame and they placed it under my name to make it look like I knew about this jazz when I didn't until I became a victim of it. And maybe they did something illegal, then tried to pretend like I owned it so they could pretend like it was me doing whatever the hell these people were doing. So I'd get to the bottom of when the implantation jazz showed up under my name, because I've never seen this jazz, or Chart's name, either one. And then and Chart's, I don't know Chart. That's Corona's friend. So I've never met this Chart kid. I only know Adam Corona. I went to college with Adam Corona at St. Edwards, and I know his brother Ben through Adam, but I've never met Corbin. Key point. Oh, but so once you get to the bottom of when this implantation jazz showed up under my name in some game or Illuminati world or where the hell they call this, and then see if there was stuff going on before that appeared under my name, and that could have been a part of some frame. Key point. We get what?